What up, guys? Welcome back to Liberia to the World, episode number 8. Today, let's take a look at 10 money making businesses that you can start in Liberia. You can see this happening all over your social media and from your family and friends. Liberians are going back to Liberia more and more over the years. This has been something that's been in works for at least the past decade. The past 5 years, we've seen that increase exponentially. For the past 2 years, even more, we've seen this increase in Liberian finally realizing that there are opportunities back home that they can go and visit. 1, 2, to see what's out there, and 3, to start something on the ground right away. Liberia, though, is a blank canvas. We all know that pretty much any business opportunity that you have in mind, you can go back home and establish that. There will be a need for all of these things. Whether it may be a slow start business, it may not yield as much as other businesses, but there are always opportunities in Liberia to start a business and grow. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so we upload all things nowadays. You will be one of the first people to get that notification right away. Now, we're going to talk about 10 things that can make you money, 10 great business opportunities to start in Liberia. I'm going to divide this into 2 sections. The first 5 is going to be something that you can start within short term, let's say medium, little to medium sized budget. The other half is going to be if you have access to a lot more money, or if you're already a business owner that have some capital that you're looking to invest, or if you can gain access to these capitals to go ahead and invest in Liberia. The first 5, low to medium capital. The second half, medium to high capital. Now let's jump right into it, guys. Number 1 thing you can start in Liberia that is going to use some good amount of money for you is trucking. Now there are trucking companies in Liberia that are moving and things like that, but even right now we're starting the trucking company in Liberia. You are going to see some substantial amount of returns because even though there are trucks doing businesses in Liberia, they are nearly enough. Whilst doing some building in Liberia, and just from what I've seen and even myself, we noticed right away that trucks are in high demand. Maybe if you have, let's say, some $30,000-$40,000, you and somebody can combine money, or 2 or 3 people get one of those trucks, those dump trucks that can haul sand and crush rocks. Those are that's making money. Those are in demand by the second. Now Liberia, the buildings are a lot in Liberia. People are building every single day. Investors are coming back in. People are building their homes, businesses. You have all of these companies coming back, and people are establishing. The number 1 thing that's happening in Liberia right now is our buildings, either building new entertainment spot or new guest house and residential home. People are establishing their homes back home. The number 1 thing that's in demand is trucking. So you can get a used dump truck from an auction or somewhere in Africa, in nearby country, that you can ship there. That will be something that's going to give you a lot of money. And you station those. If you have 1 or 2 stations, those are places like Caldwell's and Dupero, or going towards Marshall area. These are places that have a lot of development going on, that those trucks will be in demand. No matter where you are, in fact, that those trucks will be in demand. People will seek you out to do those. That's easy, a lot of money. Of course, there are trucks have like mechanical issues and stuff like that you can deal with, but that's something that you can start to see return right away. You don't need a slow start to grow. Right away when you get this truck, connect with some construction workers and some construction companies in the country. They're going to use your help right away. So number 1 is a dump truck to haul crush rock, sand, building materials. Those are that's going to get you money quick and fast. Number 2 is a little untraditional, but it's money service. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work with the Liberian government or the governance around establishing something like this, but if you guys have been watching my vlogs, and if you're living in Liberia, if you visited Liberia, you know that accessing money is something that is not as easy. You're going to have to spend time to go to the banks Banking transactions takes like half a day, it takes a couple hours and stuff like that. Sometimes when you go to the bank, they don't even have enough money to give you, especially during holiday season. One thing you can do is start a money service. Meaning if you've been saving, maybe you have a 401k or something like that, or have some cash that you've saved up, that you're looking to put in some kind of business, that's one great thing you can do. Money service, meaning you can be in Liberia, or mostly if you are in Liberia yourself, if you're going back home or something. But if you have somebody you can 100% trust, but you can have that cash with somebody or yourself in Liberia. And what people can do, if you've already living abroad, you have connection abroad, you can advertise that service on social media and stuff like that. People can send you money through any kind of money services app, and then you can give that cash to the person in person. That's just a lot easier way. That way you're just using your own initial capital. You're not losing anything. You're using just your principal that you used to start the business, and that principal is just going to make you more money, and you can start to give out a lot more money to people and charge higher fees. And that's another way too. You can just start making money easily without having any kind of overhead or having anything. You can just establish a little place that you can run the business out of and stuff like that, or even from your home or whatever it is. But you can just start doing that, and people sending you money through all of these different money apps, and you're giving the physical cash to people there, and they charge you a fee. Now, trust me, a lot of people would rather pay that higher fee. That's why we end up doing that. Almost the entire time we're paying like $40 to get $1,000, or to get $800, to get $500. I'll rather spend $40 to get $500 than to go to the bank and spend 3 hours over there standing in line and hope that they give you $500. Because I've been to the bank, sometimes they only tell you, well, we'll give you $100, or we're running out of money. So instead of going through all the hustle, I would just go and you get the money from this person quickly, easily, in and out without any issue. You pay that extra $40 or whatever the fee is. It's always worth it, especially if you're somebody who are doing business in the country. You don't want to spend all your time trying to get money. You want to be able to get money right away and go about doing other things that are going to add some value to whatever your visit or your stay is in Liberia. That's number 2, money service. Number 3, also going back to construction, is brick making machines. Now, this is something too that are highly in demand. There are a lot of construction going on in Liberia. I've said it so many times, I can't say it enough. People are building everywhere in Liberia. And of course, they have people in Liberia that are making these bricks by hand. They use this thing called wawa, that they use to make bricks by hand. And these guys are cranking it out. Day by day. They're doing great. You can hire 2, 3, 4 guys that can make you a number of blocks of bricks per day or per week. But that it would not be anything close to a brick making machine. You can get these for cheaper. Get 5, 6, 7 of them, station them at construction sites, or you rent them out to people to make bricks. Or if somebody's going back home to build, you can rent these things out. It's a lot cheaper that way if you're making your own bricks on site where you're building than to buy bricks. Because if you buy bricks, you have to pay for transportation. These guys are adding a markup to make a margin, to make profit. So you can avoid all of that by just buying your cement in bulk from maybe Cemento or stuff like that. Bring it back to your construction site and use the brick making machines to do that. So when people start to see the value in that, it's easy to see that you can save a lot of money and time by using those brick machines to make your bricks, instead of having guys do it outside and bring it on site, or buying those bricks. So that's something you can either rent out to people building, rent out to construction workers, or you yourself can establish a business where you are using those machines to make blocks, which means you will be at an advantage because you can crank out a lot more blocks for cheaper because you're using a less amount of people for manual labor, and you can make more money that way. So brick making machines, those are something that you can make a lot of money out of when you take those back to Liberia. Number 4, tow trucks. And I've said this is my 4th time saying this. So far, I've never seen a tow truck in Liberia. Like I said, it's a blank canvas, and all I saw the entire time in Liberia are cars broken down. Cars are broken down everywhere. The city can't do anything about it. The police departments can't do anything about it. Nobody having the means to take the car when it's broken down. People who are indigenous, people who are living in Liberia, they can deal with it. They can deal with it and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people moving back to Liberia from different parts of the world. They're not used to when their car breaks down to leave it on the road and have it just being there the entire time. So you can start like a tow service company. It's easy to advertise in Liberia. It's cheap, as you say. Just put that everywhere. When your car breaks down, you have one or two, and these things are cheap at all these auction sites. If you're in Europe or America and other places or parts of the world, you can buy a lot of these used tow trucks and send them back home and start that business right away. Reinvest that money you make into another one, and you can be the #1 tow company in the country just by establishing a few there, making that money and reinvesting into the business, and you can be like well known and a go-to person for towing if anything happens where somebody's car break down on the road or at home or stuff like that. And you can also talk to these different mechanic shops where they can call you if they have a car that they want to work on for you to bring that car on site. Another great idea there to make money in Liberia and to start building wealth. Number 5, as part of the medium to high, low to medium budget, number 5 is again a little unconventional, but this is something that's a smart idea. Now, I'm talking about a delivery app. But this is going to be almost like how you have Grubhub and you have Uber Eats and stuff like that. You can establish an app in Liberia that will house or host all these contractors that deliver things for you. Now, getting around in Liberia, like I've said 100 times, and you guys all know it, getting around in Liberia is very difficult. That's something that is dreadful. That's something that you do not look forward to doing. That's something that takes a lot of time to do. So to go and buy a few things just to run to the store to get stuff and buy a few things, you spend hours in traffic to go in town to get 1 or 2 things. Now, and a lot of people too are not a big fan of riding the pem or the motorbikes because a lot of time they are unsafe. And also, people would rather just not leave their home. So another great thing you can do is establish an app, and establishing and building these apps nowadays are not that expensive. There are sites like Fiverr, and that's the #1 I know about. Other sites that you can contract people to build you an app for sometimes let's say a good app, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. That can get you a well-built app that's integrated with different applications and different mobile devices that you can use and have that delivery app. Basically, what you can do then is contact, again, it's easy to do, contact these pem motorbike drivers and find their owners, because sometimes they have a few people that own a lot of these bikes. Find their owners, and what you can do is have all these motorbike owners or motorbike riders all register on your app, and they can download the app too, just like Uber, right? So if somebody needs a delivery in this area, these guys can get it on their phone and they can accept it to go and deliver, and you can make some fee on that. This is something that's a great idea that you can really make a lot of money. Maybe I should do this myself. Scratch. I'm gonna do this on this. Anyway, guys, but there it is. So yeah, create that app, contact these different pem drivers, have all of them sign up to it, and you can be like the #1 delivery person in Liberia by just using other people's bike. Other people sign up to your platform. If somebody needs a delivery from a couple miles away, you can deliver anything that people buy from stores and supermarkets and stuff like that, and they can deliver. Of course, you want to build a trusted network. You want to get pem owners that you trust and know, because you have just regular pem guy go pick up something of yours and just run away. There's nowhere to find people in Liberia. So this is going to take a lot more planning and skilling and like kind of market research and building the platform. It's going to be a little bit of a slow start, but that's something that you can start getting and going right away, and just put that initial investment in building the app and start your networking. Everything else, you don't have to pay people. People just sign up to the app, they get paid, you get a small fee out of it, and business goes on just like that. So now let's jump into if you have mid to high income. Some people, a lot of us in abroad, a lot of people have a lot of money, but they're looking to invest, into start businesses and stuff like that. Some people have money and capital, they want to take it back home. They don't know what to do or how to invest that money or what to do with it. So these are things you can consider. One thing too in Liberia that I noticed right away is, this may sound a little different, is building a playground or facility where people can go daily and just do activities. That's something that's lacking in Liberia. There's one playground I saw somewhere around Cinco or whatever it is, and even on Christmas days, the playground was so packed and people pay a small fee to get in. So you can establish a playground where people can take the kids to play at things like a swimming pool or a basketball court, tennis court, just different activities or a park or things that people can do that it can come on a daily basis. The country is sunny all year, so there's always a need for people to do something. Number seven, this is a really big investment. This is somebody that have access to capital or a lot of capital, which is building like a toll road. And that could be a road leading into out of a busy area, maybe building an overpass, or building some kind of alternative road, nicely paved road, and put tolls, at the beginning, at the end of these roads, that people can pay a small fee to use that road to avoid traffic. That's something that can bring a lot of money, can bring you money for a long time, and maybe something that the government can either purchase or buy or contract with you or lease from you or stuff like that. But that's another great investment to do. Again, that'll take a lot of capital, a lot of planning, a very long-term investment, but that's something that is needed in the country. Now, the government is building a lot of roads, a lot of places, but with any government anywhere, it takes a lot of politics and things like that to do more. So a private person can do a lot more than a government can do, because you don't have to consult with all kind of people and partisan and shit and all of that stuff. Number 9 is being a solar panel distributor. Again, in my episode 4 or something like that, episode 4 or so, I mentioned that solar panels are something that's gonna really boom in Liberia, and that's very needed in Liberia. We all know, people who live there, people who have visited, all know electricity is the #1 issue in Liberia. It's hard to get reliable electricity, and also if you have a generator, you have a big business going on, you have an entertainment spot, a hotel and stuff like that, if the lights goes off, you pay a lot of money and gas to be running whatever you have going on. And people keep asking me, and even when I was in Liberia, there may be a few vendors in Liberia that do sell solar panel, but if it's something that you have a lot of capital to do, you can be the #1 distributor of solar panels, and it's going to catch on very quickly, and people are going to start using it quickly. And when people start seeing the value and how much money they save and reliability, they're not going to go back to using generators, or they're not going to rely on LEC. So if you can be a solar panel distributor in Liberia, you will make a lot of money. The 10th and final one is laundromat. Trust me, I know a lot of people in Liberia wash clothes with their hands, they go to the well and stuff like that, but those are like going in the past now. There are a lot of need for laundromat in Liberia, especially for all of these people who are going into the country. A lot of people are moving back. They're not going to get used to washing clothes with their hands. A lot of other businesses are being established there. There will always be people from outside of the country, or visitors or tourists or people who are just visiting and moving back and stuff like that, that would need laundromat. Whilst we were there upon our visit, we spent a lot of money on washing clothes. That's something that you can do. You can be a vendor for these hotels and these places, because some of them do have laundromat. It's not reliable, or it's not skilled up to a point where it's going to run efficiently. We spent, each time we did laundry, we spent about $35 US dollars to do laundry, and that's basically about 10 to 15 pieces of clothing. 15 pieces of clothing. We spent $35 to do laundry in Liberia, and that's common. And you will not really find laundromat anywhere in Liberia. Maybe there are a few. I did not see any, but if you establish a really good, nicely run laundromat, you're gonna make a lot of money. People are gonna be there every day trying to get their clothes clean. It's just more. It just saves a lot of time. If you're able to make it affordable, it saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of energy, and all these people who are going in and out of the country are going to use that service a lot. So there you go, guys. 10 money-making things in Liberia. Trust me, you definitely can be a millionaire in Liberia if you establish this business right, and if you skill it up and you reinvest and you have the right mindset, the right goal, the right drive, the right connection and network, and if you're a business savvy person, you definitely can be a millionaire in Liberia. I'm pretty sure there are millionaires in Liberia, these Lebanese and Ghanaians and foreigners and all these other people, Chinese people and stuff like that who are in Liberia. They are millionaires in Liberia. Of course, they take that money back to their home country, but they do make that kind of money, because when you establish a business that is just needed in a country that is growing as fast as Liberia now, there are always going to be the need for all of these services I mentioned. And if you're somebody who will just make money, reinvest, and skill, you definitely can be a millionaire. There you go, guys. 10 things you can do in Liberia to make you a millionaire, or at least to establish some kind of wealth in Liberia to make that transition back home. Thank you guys so much for watching. Share this video, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here and if you already haven't done so yet. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.